Hi there, I'm Kyle Kittleson with MedCircle. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please do. We're 25,000 people away from having 1 million subscribers, a big milestone for us. Today's video is not meant to. Whoop, that's me. I know. Sorry. So today's video is not meant to offer any type of educational advice or insight. I'm not a doctor. I am someone living with depression, and here are 3 things that I regularly rely on to manage my depression. And even when I mention these, you might go, well, yeah, I know that. I have some extra tips with them. If you've watched the channel for long, you know I don't enjoy when people go, well, get enough sleep and eat right. It's like, okay, yeah, we've heard that before. If I feel a little, or if I sound a little off today, I apologize. I am 90% certain I have the flu coming on, which is super fun. So it's a little difficult to speak, but enough about me. Let's talk about me and my depression. So I was diagnosed with depression at the age of 9 years old. I am medicated. Currently, I take 40 milligrams of Prozac, but I've been on a variety of SSRIs and antidepressants my entire life. I also attend therapy and have, again, on and off since about the age of 9. That being said, therapy and medication, while are incredibly useful and for me, I consider necessary for my overall well-being, there are other things that I incorporate. Now, the first one is no surprise, it's exercise. But let me give you my caveat to exercise. 1, I despise it. I'm not one of those people who exercises and goes, gosh, my body's just craving it. I really just need to do it more. I don't go on a run ever. And the few times I have gone on a run, I've thought, this sucks. I'm running. I could be sitting or standing or doing anything else, but I'm running. I don't naturally find myself wanting to go exercise. For years, I knew it was important, and I also am someone who's just very thin, and I know a lot of people think that is good, but for me, my lack of body weight has always been an issue. And so working out allows me to put on a little more weight. So there's a lot of reasons for me to do this. But when I attempted exercise, it was always all out, meaning it was Monday morning. I was at the gym at 5 a.m. I was going to do 2 hour, the workout was 2 hours. I'm supposed to eat 1,000 chicken breasts, on Monday, 14,000 protein shakes on Tuesday, and continuous 2 hour workouts every day. It was just overwhelming. It's how I had pursued other things in my life and found success, just this maniacal, monotonous consistency. And so I assumed, well, if I apply that to my physical regiment, then I will stick with it. I'll see results and I'll have success. And I have attempted that really strong, hard drive towards physical exercise more times than I can remember in my life. And without fail, I failed every single time. Failure being I would stay consistent for anywhere from a week to maybe a few months, and then it would go away because who wants to go to the gym 2 hours a day, every day, and eat a ton of food, even when you're not hungry? I don't. So finally this year, I was in desperate need for physical activity. COVID and my natural proclivity to introversion and a sedentary lifestyle had made me probably the most out of shape I had ever been. And so when I decided to go back to the gym, my strategy changed. Instead of going to the gym for 2 hours and just going as hard as I could, I told myself I would go to the gym for about 30 minutes and do whatever I felt like doing. So I walked down to the gym in my building and I looked at the time and I said, all right, in 30 minutes, I'm going to leave here. And I just kind of putzed around the gym. I stretched, I lifted some weights, I used some machines, I did some free weights. And then exactly after 30 minutes, peace, I'm out of there. And when I left in those 30 minutes, of course I felt good. I had exercised for the first time in 2 years. And I also thought, well, that wasn't that bad. 30 minutes went by like that. Maybe I can do this again. So on Wednesday, I did another 30 minutes. And then on Friday, I did 30 minutes. And what was so great about it was even though I didn't want to be at the gym, I only had to be there for 30 minutes. And most of us can do something physical for 30 minutes. And remember, I'm not even going hard for the 30 minutes. I show up. If I feel like doing legs, I do legs. If I want to do arms, I do arms. I do whatever it is that I feel like doing, because you know what? It's better than me not being there. Now, how does this actually help my depression? Well, we all know that physical exercise, and virtually any study you read, helps a variety of mental health conditions. So there is a correlation between taking care of your body and then how that takes care of your mind. But what really helped my depression was I saw for the first time in my life that I really could be consistent with exercise, even if the exercise I wasn't doing was super strenuous. And seeing myself be consistent with something I have never been consistent with in my life gave me a huge mental boost, a nice sense of well-being and accomplishment. And what I added on to that afterwards was, all right, if I can do 30 minutes Monday, Wednesday, Friday by myself, I'm not following any routines. I'm not doing any meal prep. I'm not doing anything. Okay. I'm literally just working out and then I'm going about my life. If I eat, I eat. If whatever I eat, whatever I eat, whatever. I just added the 30 minutes 3 times a week. Luckily, I'm in a position where I could go get a personal trainer. So I got a personal trainer and I see him every Wednesday for an hour. I told him, I don't want to be here. I don't like this. And I don't want to have to think when I'm here. So when I show up, you tell me exactly what I need to do. Hi, Chad, my trainer. And I will do it. And I might complain a little bit, but that's the type of person I am. Are you in? He says, I'm in. No problem. See you every Wednesday. So each Wednesday, I see Chad for an hour. Do I love it? No, I don't love it. But you know what? Chad just tells me what to do and I do it and then I leave and I go, good. I'm glad I did that. And because I committed the money and the time for every Wednesday, it really motivates me to go for the 30 minutes on Monday and the 30 minutes on Friday. Now, I mentioned that I wasn't feeling well today. So it's Monday. I go to the gym. And after about 25 minutes, I left. I go, I could sit here and do one more round of exercise for 5 minutes, but I'm so tired. I don't feel 100%. At least I went anyway. And now I feel good about myself for at least doing that one productive thing, even when I didn't feel like it. Now, if you're listening to that, I go, well, that's great, but I can't have a private trainer and I don't have a gym I can go to. And 30 minutes is even too much for me. I get winded walking up a flight of stairs. Fine. Then walk up one flight of stairs 3 times a week. Stretch 2 times a week. It sounds so I get why you would hear that and go, then why do it at all? But if you're not doing anything, it's going to be so much more just by doing this little thing consistently. Imagine if right now you were like me and didn't move at all, and you started stretching Fridays and Tuesdays for 15 minutes. If you did that for 4 weeks, you would have 2 hours of stretching under your belt after a month, which is more stretching than you would have done the previous month. And what's also likely to happen is you feel good about yourself because you go, wow, I carved out those 15 minutes just for me to do something good for my body. My body does feel better. Look at me go. I'm doing something great. This is nice. And it also leads to other healthier behaviors. On the days that I work out, I'm less likely to go grab a Diet Coke or something because I have to go to the gym. I need to fuel my body. I know I'm going to go for 30 minutes and a Diet Coke isn't going to serve me in that 30 minutes, but some water and a healthy breakfast would. So you start making other light improvements to your life, which have a big consequence once you commit to it for a longer period of time. So to shorten all that up, for me, consistent exercise, whatever you can do consistently, is so much more valuable than any type of perfect exercise routine, plan, etc. Because Kyle Kittleson is not going to turn into somebody who just loves going to the gym and working out and eating healthy and going for runs and blah, blah, blah. I'm not that person. But Kyle Kittleson is a person who can get himself to go to the gym for 2 hours every week over 3 different sessions, one of which is led by somebody else, and the other 2 are just quick 30 minutes, whatever I feel like. That is something I can do consistently. And when I do it consistently, that's when you see the benefits, which go right into your mental health. So that's my one advice. Whatever exercise you're doing or not doing, see what you can add to your routine that you will do consistently. And it's about finding the minimum. I would encourage a friend of mine, if I was telling them this, go figure out what's the least you'll do. Will you go on one 5-minute walk once a week? Will you at least do that? Can you do that? If that's the and then do that for 6 months even, and see if you can do that. One 5-minute walk a week for 6 months. Can you do that? I know it sounds so small, but if you can do that consistently, you're building the blocks for a overall healthier life consistently. Hopefully that made sense. Let's go to my second thing that I do to maintain my depression outside of exercise. The second one is something I shouldn't even say I do, I try to do. And that is watch what I am putting into my body. It is so easy for me to rely on caffeine, not only as a way to be awake and alert, but also as a way to improve my mood. And that is just me being 100% honest with you. In the morning, if I wake up and I'm tired and groggy and not in a good mood, I know if I get a big energy drink or a big cup of coffee or take a pre-workout, I'm going to get rid of my grogginess. I'm not going to be tired, and my mood will improve. And you might hear that and go, well, that sounds really great. Just drink the coffee and have the improved mood. And I think that's a fine way to live. But for me, if my mood is not great when I wake up and I cover it up, so to speak, with an energy drink, it doesn't allow me to have the space to think about, why am I not in a good mood? What is causing this? Where is this coming from? How do I feel? And is there something I can do or realize or come to terms with that would allow me to get more in tune with my emotions and mood, rather than going to the quick fix of pounding an energy drink? And to do that, I find that my clarity is at an all-time high when my eating is as clean as I can make it. And to do that, cutting sugar, drinking a ton of water, for me, this is all me, I'm not suggesting you do any of these things, eating, no dairy, heavy on the vegetables, pretty heavy on fruit, I guess, in the morning. But again, I don't like a lot of sugar, and cutting any type of caffeine entirely if possible, but pushing the caffeine earlier in the day. So by the time night rolls around, my body has gotten rid as much sugar and caffeine as possible, and I can sleep soundly. All of that clarity allows me to wake up and really be in tune with myself. Because if I eat a whole bunch of pizza before bed, wake up, I'm groggy, I pound a Red Bull, I go through my day not being in tune with myself. I'm covering up whatever I'm feeling with the food and drinks I'm putting into my body. And when I've made the most progress in my life, I've had a diet that correlated with healthy eating. Healthy eating works. But here's my healthy eating hack, because I'm not somebody who enjoys cooking, and I have in the past used food as a comfort. I've talked about it on MedCircle many times. When I get stressed or depressed back in college, I would truly, literally find myself in the drive-thru of a fast food restaurant. I wouldn't even have remembered going, I'm going to go to Arby's and get something. I would just be at Arby's. I'd be like, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, well, I'll have this and this and this, and I'll eat it, and I guess I would feel a little better. So that's a cover up. So that's my natural habit. So what I do that's really easy is I juice. Getting a juicer, and there's lots of different types of juicers, and we can all debate which one's the best and yada, yada, yada. But getting a juicer and then getting fresh organic produce especially heavy on the vegetables, I find. I know I put fruit in there so it tastes somewhat okay, but I'm really not juicing for taste. I'm juicing for nutrients. And I'm heavy on greens, kale, vegetables, beets, stuff that I would never really eat, but I get it in a juice. And I can wake up in the morning and have a big glass of vegetable juice that is packed with more nutrients than I would likely ever get eating my typical diet. And just by making that change where I have a big or I do about like I don't know, a 50-50 fruit vegetable in the morning, and then an 80-20 vegetable, 80%, 20% fruit at night. And then all of my diet stays the same during the day. So if I'm out with friends, they go, hey, we're going to go get chimichangas. Sounds good. Deep fry it. Let's go. I will go eat that, knowing that this morning I had, 2 beets, 2 cups of spinach, 3 cucumbers, 5 large carrots, 8 apples, whatever I drank. And that night I'm going to get some more as well. Juicers are expensive. And what most people do, like juicers are expensive. And what most people do is they watch some documentary. They're like, I'm going to be healthy. They buy a juicer and it's, I don't know how much they are, but a few $100, I'm assuming. And then they juice one time and they're like, wow, this is a lot of work. It's really messy and the juice tastes gross. I'm not going to do this anymore. And it was kind of a waste of money. So I recommend either finding a friend who has a juicer, they don't use it anymore, and go, when's the last time you used this? And they go, 2 years ago, and go, can I just have it? Or can I give you $20 and take it off your hands? And hopefully they'll say yes. Or for a week, go buy really healthy juices, either from a local store or from your grocery store, and have them in your fridge. I don't think they're the same. I really notice a difference with the juices I create rather than the juices I buy pre-made. But if you can find yourself in the habit of having juice, Monday through Friday in the morning, then maybe you are somebody who should take the investment or place the investment on a juicer, because it really is the biggest diet shift that I've been able to do. It gives me the most energy, the most clarity. It is not an easy process to juice, but look, you do it on a Sunday. Lemon juice is a natural preservative. They probably last 3-4 days. And you do, and what's so great is for most people, when I pitch this, they do it first day. They're like, yeah, that was fine. Second day, they're like, oh, this kind of feels good. And then by the third and fourth day, they go, oh my gosh, I need less sleep. I have more energy. I look better. I'm not as hungry. I'm drinking more water. I feel great. I just can't believe it. And so it's something that works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. But overall, find whatever those consistent diet changes you can get that you can do consistently. Same thing with the working out. Now, the third thing was going to be sleep. But I actually don't find a correlation with my depression and sleep as a way of managing my depression. For example, when my depression is at its worst, you will find me sleeping even more than I normally do, and I sleep a lot. I don't find that when I sleep a lot, my depression improves. I find that I sleep a lot as a symptom of my depression. Now, I also am living with Crohn's disease. I do find that my sleep is directly correlated with my Crohn's. If I get less sleep, my Crohn's gets worse that day. If I get more sleep, my Crohn's gets better. If I have a flare up, I know if I can go sleep, that's going to be my best bet to getting the flare under control. More than anything that I can think of right now, at least. So so sleep, I understand, is important. But for me, I've never looked at it as a mental health, a depression management tool. I've recognized it as a symptom of my depression. So that being said, the third bucket that I'm sharing with you that's worked for me is a list of hobbies that have nothing to do with work, that have nothing to do with making money, so or any type of goal. So a lot of people go, well, I have a little Etsy store where I sell my paintings. I think that's awesome that you have an Etsy store where you sell your paintings. What I'm saying for you is find a hobby that you can do and you don't have to worry if you sell it or don't sell it. You're truly doing it for you. I want to find more of these things for me. And so I'm going to share some of them that are easy, simple, and I really just do it for me. I would consider them mindfulness activities. And the first one I've talked about on MedCircle only recently because it is something I've only done for, I think I'm on week 5 now or something. But it's bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is used in a lot of different ways. I don't run my schedule on a bullet journal, meaning if I have a dentist appointment, it goes into my digital calendar. All of my events go into a digital calendar. But what I do use the bullet journaling for is tracking behaviors and tracking my sleep. Let me actually see if I can bring up a example. So there are some personal things on here that I don't really want to share, but you can see like here, this was October 4th. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? There, October 4th. Prozac right there. I took it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. For whatever reason, on Thursday and Friday, I missed it. And then Saturday and Sunday, I took it again. So I got 5 out of 7 of those days. And then I track tons of different habits with that, not just the meds I take, but any habits you're trying to track. And then here I track my sleep. Now I have an Aura ring coming, so this might go away once I have that Aura ring. But this is where I track my sleep. You can see when I went to bed, how many hours I slept each night, and then I put it in a little graph not because I need to see it in a graph, not because of anything other than I like the mindfulness activity of every morning I wake up, I walk into my office where I am right now, and this little book is sitting here, and I open the book and I go, okay, yeah, yesterday I did that. Yesterday I did that. Oh, I didn't do that yesterday. Okay, what time did I go to bed last night? This time. What time did I wake up this morning? This time. So I slept this many hours. I draw my little graph. Boom, boom, boom. That's my little mindfulness routine in the morning. And I just like doing it. I don't even know if it improves the habits, improves the sleep. I just like doing it. It gives me probably a sense of control over my life. It lets me review my day-to-day behaviors. And it also, there is something for me about creating pen to paper, having that. I've always wanted to be someone who journaled, but I'm not a writer. You know, I'm not going to sit there and go, today was, that's just not part of my thing. But this is a very nice mindful activity for me. Bullet journals are available everywhere. And Bridget, our producer, is live on this video. And she said that we do have a juicer for under $50. I don't know if it's any good, but we're going to include some affiliate links in the description of this video in case any of you are motivated to start doing that. So that's one of the hobbies. Second one is plants. Plants are huge right now, especially among my demographic. So you can see I have a plant. I wish I could take this camera with you. I have plants all over my house. Now, I don't have so many where you go, wow, you have like a gazillion plants. I have 1, 2. I have this one on my desk, 3, and then I have 4, 5, 6. I have 6 potted plants. And typically on Sundays, I take all of those plants into my kitchen. I preen, I don't know. I take off all the bad parts of the leaves. I clean the leaves off with a cloth. I water the ones that need to be watered. I take the ones that need to go outside to get, some nice sunlight. And then I put them all back. And throughout the day, it might take a few hours to do that because I might not do it all at once. But it is a nice reoccurring thing for me to do, and I like doing it. That's also the key here. I think finding things that don't have anything to do with progressing your life necessarily, like selling your paintings on Etsy, but carving out time to do something that you enjoy doing that takes you out of the day-to-day. When I'm doing this, maybe I'm listening to music, but I probably don't have the TV on. I'm not doing it when people are over. I'm doing it by myself. And so again, it really focuses that mindfulness. And that is something I've been doing for years, the plants. I love it. I couldn't even tell you all the names of my plants. I really couldn't. like what they're called. I just like taking care of them. Now, for a single mother with 3 kids and 2 jobs, she might be sitting here going, okay, well, that's nice for you, but I don't have time to go take care of plants. I get it. Oh my gosh, I so get it. I just took care of my nephew for 5 days or 4 days or something, and he's fabulous. So I can't imagine the responsibilities of running a whole family, something I don't have to do. But I still think it's important that even when you have these incredible demands to care for others, you find something where that activity forces, in a way, for you to care for yourself. So bullet journaling and plants are 2. Now, there are other things that I would love to go do that I haven't done, and shame on me for not. One is aquascaping. It is the art of creating underwater gardens, so to speak, in fish tanks. Some of them have fish in them, some of them don't. They're very beautiful and peaceful to watch on YouTube. If you just, YouTube aquascaping videos. My favorite guy is The Green Machine, James Finley in England, I think. The Green Machine, beautiful, calming videos. Oh man, if you're stressed and you got the time, snuggle up, watch one of those videos. Oh, I think it is. I just think they're fabulous. So I think that's something that I would love to get into, where I had an aquascape that I needed to care for. It's not improving my life in any other way than giving me the time to do something that I like doing. And you'll notice too that the examples I've been giving are solo examples. I know that people like to go play golf with their friends, or go to brunch with their friends, or go to church with their family. And I think those are all great if you love doing that. But there is something that I find healing to have time by myself that doesn't involve me being on my phone, watching TV, taking a bath, whatever. It engages my mind in a different way, like the journaling, like caring for these plants. So I think those types of things, in addition to therapy and medication, help manage my depression. And really, if you want to look at it, it helps improve my overall mood and well-being, which, when you're doing that and inadvertently, does help you with whatever depression symptoms that you might be experiencing. So those are it. If you have any ideas for cool mindfulness hobbies, some that come to mind. I tried to be a knitter, but that's not something I was interested in doing. I've tried drawing, coloring for adults, both on my iPad and in person, or in books. It was fine. For me, I was just like, God, I feel like a kid. I don't really love this, but I guess part of it was calming and interesting. A couple weeks ago, I started learning American Sign Language, and it's really fun. For no other reason than I've always had a fascination with sign language, and ASL in particular, and I know a little sign language, and I thought, man, I could really carve out some time for myself to do this by myself, to engage in this mindfulness activity and also engage my mind in a new way. And that's been really rewarding. So those are lots of things. One thing, I'm an animal trainer by trade. Sometimes I'll train my dog, Callie. She doesn't need the training. I'll just train her a stupid pet trick, or train her to do something fun. It's fun for her. It's fun for me. So there's lots of things out there, but you've got to know what your go-to list is. And I want to make my list bigger too. So any comments, leave them in the comment section below. So now I'm going to see if there are any questions that came in. Wow, I think someone tipped us in the live chat. That's very nice. If you are interested in mental health education, you can certainly subscribe to this channel. You can also go to watch.medcircle.com to see our entire video library, or medcircle.com, and learn all about what we offer. Okay, so let's see if there are any questions. I don't think there is. Bridget did find a $50 Amazon juicer, so it will be in the description with an affiliate link. So if anyone wants to try it out, please do. A lot of questions about post-traumatic stress disorder. We do have some series on that and some free videos right here on YouTube. Again, I really encourage everyone to go to watch.medcircle.com, or you can download the MedCircle app for free. When you download the app, it is free, and then you do get free content on top of that. I think right now we have 8 or 9 free in-depth series and classes available for anyone who downloads the apps on who downloads the app on a variety of mental health conditions. So that's it. Well, I don't see any other questions. Thank you guys for tuning into this. I really hope it was helpful in some way. And I do go live here every Monday on MedCircle's YouTube channel, sometimes to just chat, see how everything's going, sometimes to share what's working for me, and sometimes to give updates on what's going on with MedCircle and what we have planned. So thanks for being here. Most importantly, remember, whatever you're going through, you got this.